everyone, this is Sam from Nikiski, Alaska, Moore Yard Farm. I haven't been out in the greenhouses or the garden in a few days. It's been kind of rainy and I just kind of been tired lately, so I got some rest. Anyway, so I thought I'd take you along with me to check on things. I'm sure there's things to harvest and things to pull out, and I got a surprise up in the garden for you. So let's get these greenhouses open. Let's take a look in here. Ooh, it's like a jungle. It smells so amazing. My orange. I'm going to keep the seeds for these orange nasturtiums. And I don't need any more yellow nasturtiums. They're like everywhere. I do have a tomato here that's ready. Beautiful. I most likely have some cucumbers and it looks like they need some water. I forgot the basket, of course, for my produce. Looks like here's another beautiful tomato. And some things that are looking like they need some water. These look like they might be the pear-shaped tomatoes, and I don't remember growing any of those. They're finally getting some tomatoes on them though, so that's good. Lots of chamomile. Let's see if I can show you. Here's some chamomile. Doing really well. Got some more down there. Poppies. Most of my flowers this year are yellow. Like this, oh, maybe that was aroma. Look at my aromas they're doing. They're so weird. They're so small and they're shaped funny. Everything needs a pruning. More nasturtiums. My tomatillos need some water. I had some fruit here. Here's some fruit ready to be harvested. Not sure if you can see that. There may be more. I have to dig in there. I had some over here the other day. Doesn't look like any. This tomato plant I can't even see anymore. Don't see any in there. There's a beefsteak. They're pretty small tomatoes. Pretty small for beefsteaks. I don't know. It's in a big pot. I've been watering it and fertilizing it. Just haven't been very good at growing beefsteak tomatoes. Let's check out these cucumbers over here because they definitely need water. They are not happy with all the rain. It usually drips right here in the greenhouse. That's why I put this here so it would catch the water. Oh, look at my cucumbers. Got more over here. I don't know if they're quite ready. I'll give them a good drink and see. Some more cucumbers. Look at this plant. This one. I don't see any in there. I am trellising them up. There's a nice one right there. It needs a little more time. That one needs a little more time. These have a lot of cucumbers, but they all are small. This will be an amazing set of tomatoes once they're ripe. Let's see if I have any more. Ooh. I got some tomatoes in here that are nearly ripe. Nearly. I don't know if you can see that. In my jungle next year. And this is tamed down. Oh, look at this cucumber. Lovely. That's a spiny cucumber. Man, that poked me. That poked me pretty good. I might give that one a... Here's another, not quite ready. Very prickly, so maybe they're not ready when they're that prickly. Tomatillos. Just filled with tomatillos. Not quite ripe. None of them are falling off yet. So here's another tomato. And nasturtiums and... Oh no! I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that up there. That's not good. Okay, I have some triage to do in here. My tomato plants and my tomatillo plant need to be addressed. They're drooping down too far. Alright, anyway, sorry about that. I get off all these rabbit trails. We're just supposed to look and then come back later and fix. Anyhow, here is in between the greenhouses. And I have, as you can see, more chamomile to harvest. Looks like this tomato is about ready. I think these are gold. They're supposed to be yellow, so that one is definitely ready. Past the yellow stage. My poppy. Can't wait till these bloom. I'm not sure what color they're going to be. Looks like maybe yellow. Not sure. I have a lot of buds on this and some tomatoes, but I have thrips as well. This tomato plant is covered in thrips, so I need to get some insecticidal soap over here or some neem oil since I don't see any bees. Haven't been bees around in a little while, unfortunately. And these are my potatoes. I'm looking for blooms. So here's where blossoms used to be. They never bloomed. They had the blooming heads or whatever they are, see, like that, but they didn't actually get a flower. So I don't know what that's all about. Maybe I have something eating them. See, right here, was going to be a flower, never happened. This was going to be flowers, but never happened. Same here. So I must have a caterpillar or something eating the blossoms. Which I reached down in here to see how wet it was the other day, and I felt a big potato. So as long as I get potatoes, I don't mind it not blooming. This needs some water. Oh, it's bone dry. Even because it's set back against the building there. When it rains, I still have to water that. So remember that. Coming around to greenhouse number 2. Ooh, I almost walked through this spider web. I don't know if you can see that. Let's go the other way. And yes, I did clean up out here a lot, but there's still a lot to do. A lot. And look, we have some trouble going on in this greenhouse. So I had to move everything out of the way because the floor is so wet that it's rotting through. And I did patch one area so I could walk in here for a little while, but now it's a bigger mess. And then some of the wood on the bracing, I guess is maybe what it is dry rotted. So even wet rotted. I don't know. Let me show you. So I discovered this once I moved everything out of the way. So this board right here to about here is going to have to be replaced. And then this board, this bracing board. So, yeah. So, oh, look at that. Just look at that. I don't know if we have termites in Alaska. I don't see any bugs, but that could be white mold up there. Could be bugs, could be termites. I have no idea. I don't know if we have them in Alaska. But my, this is baby's breath. And I took these little seed pods and I sprinkled them on here, and this whole thing was covered in new baby's breath little seedlings, and I didn't water it for 2 days. And these pots don't hold water very long, so I gotta redo it. So here's some more seeds. It looks like I may have already just let them sprinkle them all over. And then keep it wet. I gotta keep it wet because I love baby's breath, and this might be the tiniest little pot to put it in, but it was beautiful. Anyway, my nasturtiums, those peach nasturtiums, I'm going to keep seeds for those because those are beautiful. Oh, my marigold needs some water. Here's my peppers. I actually have little tiny peppers. Do you see that? Little tiny peppers. Nice. Those are really pointy, so I'm thinking they're going to be chili. I think they're jalapeno chili something. Love these peach colored flowers. Let's see, what can I show you in here? These flowers are lovely. I love them. I'm going to do some more of those. Bloomed the second year. I got these big beautiful leaves last year. I didn't have a clue what this was. This year it sent up this big stalk, and it's beautiful, so I love that. And my pepper, it doesn't look like it's grown at all. Hopefully. Maybe it's as big as it's going to get and it's going to start turning red. I don't know. Oh man. Here's a surprise. Here's a nice surprise. Look at that. I'm thinking California Wonder or Mini Bells. I'm not sure which. My California Wonders are not that wondrous. No. They are pretty small every year. So. They are bigger than the minis, but they're not. They're not major. Like this must be a mini. These must be minis. Because they're all pretty mini. Pretty miniature. But I do have peppers, people. These are all just covered in little tiny peppers. Some are bell peppers, some are banana peppers. Some are jalapenos, which is a jalapeno, but it has no heat. So I like to make some pickled peppers with that, with hot peppers and jalapenos, so there's not quite so hot for some people. I know we can see these little tiny flies flying around. This particular plant has a lot of them, so I covered the soil with this white stuff. I forget what it's called. Perlite or gypsum or something. Whew, I can't breathe it though. It makes me choke. I don't know what those flies are. If they're fungus gnats or white flies, I'm not sure. You want to see these peppers? Anyway, another topic. So, I was watching some videos the other day and going through them and seeing some, looking at some ideas of changes that might need to be made. And I came up with a few. And my dog got out. Bruno, how did you get out? He escaped the backyard again. Mr. Houdini! If he would stay in the yard, he could be out here with me, but he likes to run after rabbits down the road. Naughty, naughty. Neighbors probably don't appreciate that. Anyway, I was looking at the YouTube videos that I have posted in the past, and I have noticed that my wardrobe needs to be hugely updated and better. And my hairdo and positioning of the camera, and so I am going to be working on that. I actually have a camera on its way. Right now I'm just using my cell phone to do videos, and I'm having some struggles with getting the stuff off my phone onto the computer. Anyway, it's a mess. So as soon as that camera comes in, I think things are going to be a lot better, and there's going to be a lot of good changes. As you can see, wardrobe, hair, a lot better. I will do better. Sorry for the... I looked like a bum kind of before. My garden clothes, I call my work clothes. Wow. Okay, they need to upgrade. So anyway, I'm going to show you up here in the garden now. I'm probably just going to turn around and talk, so you won't see me much. But it's been rainy, and I haven't been up here in a few days, and yeah, it's probably weedy, so forgive the weeds. I haven't done any major work in here. Like, I'm still doing the pathways, and that all got put on hold. And I have to start working next week. School starts on Tuesday, August 14th. And I have a senior this year, and it's my last child in school. But anyway, let me flip you around and show you my surprise. My husband came home, Mr. Moore Yard Farm came home with a surprise for me the other day, and we came up to the garden and got them planted up. But he brought me 3 new apple trees from Home Depot. And here they are. Here's tree number 1. They look like they could use some water, but it's been raining. Maybe they're not getting enough. So, Battleford, multicolor apple, red and green. And, ooh, it smells nice. Oh, I'm smelling the strawberries. I need to come up and pick the strawberries. I forgot the basket for that. This apple tree is a semi-dwarf apple, September Ruby. So that should be a red apple. This is an apple tree that my son plucked a seed out of an apple, and we planted it, and that's how big it is now. If it survives the winter, we'll have to dig it up next year and move it because it's too close to these other trees. And then this third tree is Harcourt, another red apple. And of course we have a pollinating apple tree, crab apple tree there, and another yellow crab apple tree on the other side. And I use the crab apples for making apple cider vinegar. So yes, it was a very amazing and nice surprise of my husband to bring those home. I think it would have been like $300, and he got it for $150 maybe, what he said. Good job, honey. Good job, Mr. Moore Yard Farm. So I did come in and weed my raspberry patch. So here it is. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 11 or 12 raspberry bushes. Some of them, the bigger ones, are more established. They were here last year, and the smaller ones are the runners from those. And so, yeah, I said I was going to keep them in this area. And I have slowly, gradually pushed back my fencing because the little ones, I don't want to take out those little ones that need to grow. And I still need to weed the blackberry bush area. Wow. Yes, a lot of work. A lot of work to be done. There are our strawberry patch. So I underplanted the apple trees that we got from my grandma. Got this apple tree from my grandma, and we underplanted it with strawberries. They have exploded, and let me tell you what, there are so many strawberries in here. Let me show you. So many strawberries and weeds, and it's amazing. So I need to hunt around in here. Look what I just found. Look at that, strawberries. So maybe when I'm in here hunting for strawberries, I will at the same time take out some of the weeds and make it a little easier on us. Yeah, I don't know if it's a good idea. I was using strawberries as a cover crop, so you guys can tell me if you think it's a good idea or not. But they are taking over like I wanted them to. And here's a quick look at the flowers I bought at the local nursery and planted up. This was a pond, and it got some holes in it, so I put some soil in it, and now we're using it for a planter. Beautiful flowers. I am getting budworms. I was hoping we wouldn't have them in Alaska, but it looks like we are, because this should be covered in red flowers, and it's not. So I'm gonna have to get some BT or something and spray on there. I won't worry about it this year because it's just about over. Let's see if there's seeds in there. It's a dahlia. Nope. Okay. Beautiful dahlia. So it starts out this beautiful yellow and then turns to this color and then turns to a peach color. That is just my fave. My sand cherry, more chamomile, and sweet peas are finally getting some blooms. Yay! Can't wait. I should search around in there and see if there's any sweet peas that I can pull. Fireweed, not a lettuce. This one is heading up. Yay! Romaine, butter crunch. These two don't look like they're gonna head up, so I need to pull them out. They look like they're done. I've already harvested 3 heads of lettuce and 2 heads of spinach. I just harvested my oregano, and that's in the house drying. These flowers haven't bloomed yet. Here, I think they're daisies, but I could be wrong. They haven't bloomed there. And I have them over here. And they haven't bloomed here yet. But look, getting a flower. Yep, they're daisies. I think they're Shasta daisies. But they're smothering out the blueberries. Oh, look at these poppies. Orange and yellow. Oh, these yellow ones are gorgeous. Yellow with the orange throat. Nice. Carrots. I did weed it, but it looks like I need to weed it some more. More flowers on my sweet peas. Yes. I have been looking forward to sweet peas all summer. More sweet peas. Sugar snap peas, actually. I think now sweet peas. Sugar snap peas. Sorry, everyone. Nice. This finally is blooming. I don't remember what it is, but wow. It's very interesting. And the flowers are pretty. I'm not sure what it is. Hopefully it doesn't take over. I do have some strawberries, maybe not in this one. Oh yeah, yellow. I need to cut the runners. I have one. This sunflower is supposed to be pink on this one. The other ones that I planted died. And my pole beans here had so many slugs on them. So I've been coming out and picking them off, but I haven't been out in a couple of days, like I said. So I always plant tomatoes outside. This year I waited till it was much warmer, and I actually have some tomatoes out here. Look at this. I'm going to take this one even though it's not quite ripe. And there's 3 more on that, and then there's flowers. Let's see. I have this tomato here. I get tomatoes every year, but they're pretty small. And the plants always look terrible, but I usually put them out too early. I put them out in June, and it's just too cold at night in June. And even a lot of times in July. This year has been kind of cold. This plant's not happy, but it does have fruit on it. And I had a tomato plant over there, but I pulled it out because it died. And my onions. Oh, folks, they're probably the same size as they were when I showed it to you before. They just are not. I fertilized them. I water them. I don't know. The bigger ones, oh, I see some that are trying to bulb up. My leeks are these 2 rows, and look how small those are too. Yeah. The net is to keep the whitefly off because I had such an infestation of whiteflies last year and the year before. I planted hundreds, probably 1,000 onion sets. Yes, not sets. Slips. Last year that I grew from seed. And I only got 2 teeny tiny little onions because there are so many larvae inside the onions. So that was not fun. I'm gonna swing you around here and give you a view of, the cabbages and cauliflower, the new carrots. I planted up some more peonies up here, and things are looking like they're growing. I don't know that we're gonna have much time for to get anything edible from them, but we'll see. Like these 2 cabbages, they're starting to head up. I have about a month left. We'll see. Of course, the broccoli, I just keep clipping little heads off and sauteing. I did let some go to seed. My Brussels sprouts, look how tiny they are. They are greening up. It took them a long time to green up. And they are getting little nodes in there, but I don't know. I fertilized them with my dandelion tea, and man, like, these guys have doubled in size since I gave them some dandelion tea. That stem looks terrible, but he's still trying to grow. Cabbages. These are scallop squash. I don't expect to have any fruit from those, but I know I can. Next year, this will be it will be ready by June 1st. This fall, once I'm going to chop and drop all of these things, all of these greens, and cover it with plastic, all except for where my peonies are. I'm going to cover around those with mulch to protect them. That way the weeds don't grow in there, and the soil will be warmer faster come spring, and I'll be able to plant them out better. So whatever is eating the blooms did not make its way up to these potatoes, and I'm grateful for that. So here are the potatoes up in the garden. They actually got some flowers. These are probably purple potatoes, because I've heard that the blooms are usually the color of the potato. And I thought that these were the potatoes that I saved seed from last year's harvest, but they could just been more purple potatoes from this row. This side, for some reason, is tiny. Not sure. I fertilize it, but it's just tiny. I do keep coming in here and weeding. Let me grab this dandelion. I don't want to get a potato plant though. These must be white onions, or potatoes, potatoes, sorry about that. So last year it was nearly impossible to keep it weeded. There were so many weeds over here. Look at all these lovely blossoms. So I'm encouraged that we might actually get some substantially sized potatoes. We keep getting like little golf ball sized ones. A handful that are a bit bigger, which I don't mind. They go good in stew, and you don't have to do a whole lot with them. So anyway, yep. Here are my pole beans. Nope, these are bush beans. I figured they wouldn't do anything, but my seed was so old and they had gotten wet. My seed packets had gotten wet, and so I thought I'd just throw them out, see what happens. I didn't even know if they would germinate because they had gotten wet and some of them started to sprout. But I can see the slug damage on these, and I'm not seeing any slugs right now. So it took a long time for them to germinate. I thought that none of them were going to, but then they did, and I have some lettuce restarted here. And even if I don't get heads of lettuce, because I think this is Butter Crunch, I'll be able to just pick the outside leaves clear up until probably October, maybe. Our first frost is around September 8th. We're just around the corner, 1 month. We have 1 month before our first frost. I believe I have spinach in here along that row, but it is growing so slow. Ooh, it's going super slow. I don't know why. fertilize organically as much as possible. And I've been using bone meal, some blood meal, dandelion tea. None of this has compost in it. Next year I will top it all off with some compost. And so we'll see how that goes. It's going to be no-till. I'm so excited about that. Sorry. I gotta remember to reposition the camera better. It's one of my goals. Anyway, I'm going to love the no-tilling because that's a lot of work, and I just don't feel like I have the energy for that anymore. I'm only 45, so I'm not that old yet. Anyway, so it's supposed to rain all weekend. So what I might do is put you down and get some weeding done quick in a hurry because there's clouds and it's supposed to rain. Yeah, we'll see. I do have a strawberry over here. I want to show you. Look at this beauty. Little strawberry. This thing is huge and it's ready. So when I go get a bowl or a basket to go get those other strawberries, I'll pick that one too. So anyway, I'm going to be excited when my new camera comes in. I think I'll be able to edit better and post things more regularly. I am going to try to commit to one post a week, but school is starting and work is starting, and we'll see. There might not be a lot to video during the winter. We're going to harvest the potatoes and anything else in the garden that can come in. I am dealing with thrips. I never had to deal with thrips before, but I am researching on how to deal with them, and Laura from Garden Answer just did a whole video on that, and so I think I'm armed and ready, and I know what I'm going to do to take care of the problem, which involves insecticidal soap and possibly some neem oil. There are no bees around for some reason. They all have disappeared. I don't know, maybe it's that time of the year, but the pollinators, there were a lot of pollinators this year, more than last year anyway, and but they have all kind of disappeared lately. I don't know, maybe they'll show back up. But anyway, so hope you like the changes that I'm going to be making. I hope it improves my channel. So like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks, bye.